Hey, welcome back. I've watched YouTube cooking videos for years, and I finally decided I think I can do that and answer the number one question in my house every day. Dad, what's for dinner? Well, this is an odd situation. The wife's gone and the daughter's gone for a dance convention in Chicago. That leaves me on my own. So it's really, what do I want for dinner? DoorDash. No, we can't do that. Instead, I'm going to make something that no one else in my household likes or can stand. I'm going to make clam chowder today. It's really pretty simple, but there are a lot of ingredients. I've got 2 russet potatoes that I've diced up, 2 carrots, a rib of celery, half an onion, 3 strips of bacon. I've got 2 6.5 ounce drained cans of clams, reserving the clam juice, along with 2 other bottles of clam juice, a third of a cup of cream, a quarter cup of flour, 1 garlic clove, 1 bay leaf, salt, pepper, and thyme. That's our ingredients. We're going to start off by frying up the bacon. We'll get that going in just a minute. Okay, so I've got my 6-quart Dutch oven here. We're going to start off by just frying up 3 strips of thick cut bacon. This is going to do 2 things. First, it's going to give us the remaining grease that we'll use to thicken up our soup. And then some of the bacon will go in the soup and we'll hold some back to go on top of it when we're done. So just going to dump that in here and we'll get it going. And I'll bring you back when it's time to go to the next step. Okay, I think our bacon is looking pretty good here. It's rendered out a lot of fat, browned up nicely. I'm going to take just a little bit of this out and we'll hold it back to go on top of our soup when we're done. Just a little bit more. Great, we don't need a ton of it there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my onion in here with that bacon, and we're going to get that softened up. Okay, now that the onions have had a little bit of a head start, let's add our spices. So we'll get those in there. I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic clove. And let's mix this around. Okay, that's looking good, smelling good. Now what we want to do is we're going to start adding our clam juice here. We're going to add this slowly at first because what I want to do is scrape the bottom of the pan and get the fond off there that's been made. So just a little bit, and you can maybe see how that starts to release those brown bits on the bottom of our pan. Okay, now I'm going to incorporate our flour. Build up that roux for us. Okay, and I'm going to let this go for just a minute so we cook off that raw flour taste to it. Okay, now let's finish adding our liquids. So here's the remainder of the juice that I strained off the clams. And we're going to start smoothing this roux back out. I'm going to let this come up to heat, and then we'll go ahead. We're going to add in our potatoes, our carrots, and our celery, along with our clams, and that's going to cook for probably about 15 to 20 minutes until those potatoes soften. I'll bring you back when we're ready to go. Okay, this base stock is starting to come up to a simmer. I also threw my bay leaf in there. Now let's get our other vegetables in. So this is 2 russet potatoes that I chunked up, carrots, celery, okay, and there was actually more liquid in there than I thought. I was worried we were going to be a little short, so I grabbed some water and some better than bouillon chicken stock, but I think we're going to be okay with this. So now I want to bring this back up to a simmer, and then we're going to let it go for about 15 minutes or so, just so that those potatoes soften up and they become fork tender, and then we'll be ready to put in the clams, put in our cream, and our soup will be done. We'll be back in just a minute. So our soup's been going for about 8 minutes. Let's just check in on it. Oh man, that smell when you take the lid off. Holy cow. Now it's important as this is cooking and kind of softening up all these vegetables that you get in here and you stir it every once in a while just to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom of your pan. And everything feels pretty good. We'll go ahead and put the lid back on and let this go another 7 minutes or so. We'll see you back then. All right, we've hit our 15-minute mark here. Let's go in and check our potatoes, see how they're doing. I just like to grab my temperature probe and I'll just get one of these potatoes and see if it's tender. Yeah, they're perfect. Slides right in, no resistance. That's good. Okay, now let's fish out our bay leaf. Get that out of there. No one wants to eat that. And now let's just see where we're at from a seasoning perspective, salt, pepper, those kinds of things. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to go in with just a little bit more salt. Okay, now before I add my clams and cream, there's one other thing I want to do. I like my clam chowder a little thicker. So I'm going to go in with an immersion blender and just blend up some of these potatoes and vegetables. That'll really help thicken it up. You can also do this with a potato masher. I just have one of these available, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, now I'm going to give this just a second to kind of cool down with the lid off, and then we'll add our cream and our clams, and this will be pretty much done. All right, this is heated back up a little bit. Let's go ahead. We're going to add our cream. And then let's add in our clams. All right, I'm going to let this heat back up, simmer for just a minute so that those clams cook down a little bit, and then we'll be ready to plate it. We'll bring you back then. So here we are. Everything's done. The cream and the clams have had time to get incorporated with everything. Let's get ready to dish this up. The only way to really do a nice New England style clam chowder like this is to have a bread bowl with it. So this one I actually went out and bought from the store. I make these on my own all the time, but they're not too much effort to make, and they're good, and maybe less expensive than buying them at the store, but just take out your top, fish out some of this extra bread around the inside so you get a nice bowl. Then just save it. You'll want to eat that later. All right, and now let's dish up some of our soup. Put some oyster crackers on there. A little bit of that bacon that we held back. And there you have it. New England clam chowder. When your family's away, it's the answer to the question, me. What's for dinner? Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next video.